Sydney v Collingwood. Pretty much everything we've been looking at from both of these teams in the one video. It's quite substantial here. It's had a whole week to get all these videos up. So we're looking at, we're going to see a lot of the different things that we've seen Sydney and Collingwood do individually, as well as other sort of tactical things that most teams are employing at some point. We've got Collingwood's kick out to a player leading into space towards the ball, or towards the goal. So they overload this area here, and they free up some space here to kick over the back and get a kick on the run. Alright, so they've got Mano coming off. We've seen him do this before. Okay, so he's not quite in space like we've seen other Collingwood players, and this Sydney player is already coming across. Okay, so they do get that kick, but as you can see, they don't get that overlap off that kick, which they have done before. So Sydney scouted that, and we'll see another one of those as well. Right, centre bounce clearance. Okay, so we've got Dacos here is at, sort of he's taking the reverse sweeper position. Okay, so he's coming in and trying to go back out this way. And opens up that space there. So if he gets it coming out this way, these two get to that space, and it's just a handball here and there out the front. Okay, we've got Warren here now. He's a ball hunter, a 99% ball hunter. He's not really I wouldn't be putting him on your most offensive midfielder from the opposition. So we can see here, right, instead of, and he's got range to go offensive. He's got that sort of Dusty Martin role, and we'll cover for him where we can, being the Swans. But he's just sort of, do I make touch, do I not? Then he just goes and just tries to hunt the ball. Right, he gets past the ball. Alright, so Dacos doesn't even have to go through and do this loop. Now he's just straight back out. Right, kick goes out of bounds anyway though, but it's an interesting choice but I think during the week, I think the coaching staff put it on Warner. His defensive efforts and his defensive game has been literally non-existent. I reckon they challenged him really hard in this game and put him in different situations to have to be defensive, and we will see videos of that. I'll just wait for the camera to pan out here. Got a boundary throw in, Collingwood's inside 50 or just outside. Alright. Right, so here's half back for Collingwood, which is Quainer. And I think that's side bottom and Goulden there. Oh no, they're there. So that's our other wingers on the other side. So once that Collingwood wing goes deep, then that half forward, the half back comes up and they stay connected here. Alright, then you're challenging this half forward for Sydney. Okay, does he want to go and defend right here, or does he want to be this outlet? Alright, how sucked up can you get those players? Alright, so we're just going to sit on an outside box. Okay, the kick comes in. Alright, and here's Fox, who's the half forward flank, who is off behind Quainer, out of screen there. Quainer comes in deep, and a half back from a stop, he just kicked a goal from 12 metres out. So we've seen that, forward pocket, half forward, wing, half back, and they all sort of stay connected by about 20 metres, and that just means you can just cover for each other and create an outnumber there as well. Alright, so this has just come off a centre bounce clearance. Okay, Luke Parker's just kicked the goal, and he played a really important role, a role that he can play very effectively. He's been a pretty good forward when he's rested down there as a midfielder over the journey, and he can kick, not a bag of goals, but he can kick 2 goals in a game with his time spent forward. And he had a defensive job on Jeremy Howe, to stop him from running and jumping third man up, mark, end or spoil. So he's just kicked a goal. He's gotten out the back of Howe in the previous clip or previous play, and now we see what that does on the next play. So it's a high ball up, okay. Now instead of him running and jumping as a free player, he has to engage with Parker here, which actually takes his run and jump away, and then Big McLean comes in and takes the mark. Okay, so that was a real good ploy from Sydney, and it worked all night. Howe wasn't able to be that interceptor back there, and Parker ended up kicking 2 goals for the game. Sydney kickouts. We've seen previously, well, especially this year, they like to use Heaney just off the pack for a one-on-one run and jump mark. And what we've also used for the last few years, and I've mentioned this in other videos, is that we like to isolate Hayward as well, who's a real good mark for his size if you can get a small defender. So we get this first kick in here. Here's Hayward here with Johnny Noble. So he's got a good height advantage. Right, it's just a one-on-one. Look at that, just takes that mark, and it's just that easy outlet. Allows you to get control of the ball. Okay. Now everyone moves up. You've got your defence here, you've got your mids here, you've got your forwards in position. That's what that mark can do. Then we're going to see, here we are again. How many times has Howe just come over and killed that ball? That's the third man up. But Parker's just staying with him the whole time, so he's not really hitting up as a lead. He's not trying to draw him out so much, it's just to engage him. And then we're out, and it's another goal. So 2 goals from Parker, and 2 times at least he engaged Howe that resulted in goals for Sydney.